Hey there, Empirenistas. Hello, and welcome to this late night edition of Empirenista TV. I am your host, Alicia Henderson, and I am the Empire Building Business and Online Marketing Strategist, and I help position entrepreneurs to stand out in their industry, make bank, make an impact, and build an empire. And I do this by teaching you online marketing strategies. So today, as you can see, we're talking about attracting clients, or tonight rather, and how to do this and make sure that you are in front of the right clients and not the broke betties or the ratchet Rachels, and certainly not in front of the brain pickers. So before we get started real quick, if you are there, shout me out a hey girl, hey. And if you are a replay viewer, you are watching, let me know that you are watching and let me know where you're watching from. So, as I said, 2018 is big. We're not here to play games. We're not here to play small. And we're definitely not here to waste our time with people who just want to hop on the phone with us to ask us about our services, sit up there, try to nickel and dime us, to give them services on the low instead of what we command. And the way to command the prices and the income that you want is to position yourself in front of the right people. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know I always say you cannot expect Nordstrom services for Walmart prices. And yes, there are a lot of people who believe that you should be doing that. And of course, that's not what you want to do. So we're going to make sure that we're positioning ourselves in front of the right people. So I'm going to make this real quick and I'm going to make this brief. But the one thing I'm going to talk to you about today is to be very, very, very specific. Not Pacific like the ocean, but specific to what you're talking about, what is it you're doing, and who it is that you do it for, okay? So when you are specific, you are making sure that you are qualifying people and letting people know off the bat that, hey, this is who I'm serving. If you don't fall under these criteria, then it doesn't matter. Like, maybe in the future we could work together, but hey, this is who I serve, and I only serve these people at this time. Now, there are people who are going to work up to, they're going to save their money to work up with you, which is fine. But here, if you want people who are ready to pay you prices, because let's just be clear, real clear. There's nothing wrong with people who they like you, they follow you, they're a part of their tribe, but they just haven't worked with you yet, which is okay. Maybe they're not in a position right now. Maybe they can't devote the time. And this is for any industry, okay? Any industry. I've been an entrepreneur since 2009, so for almost 10 years officially. And when I had my brick and mortar medical billing company, there were people and doctors and healthcare professionals that called us all the time and said, hey, Alicia, I want to work with you and your team. But right now, I'm not in a position. And that's fine. I would follow up with them and they would either position themselves to work with us or make a way out of no way, which is fine. I don't care how they did it, but as long as they paid and they paid on time, they were good. But you'll have those people that they're not in a position. But if you're one of those women that say, hey, I need people who are ready to work with me right now, doesn't matter what industry you're in, you want people to work with you right now, you have to position yourself to say, hey, this is who I serve, this is what I do, these are the results that I get you, this is the services that I provide, this is what you should expect, this is what I expect from you as a client, and this is how we can work together. When you are very specific as to those things, you won't have the problem of having the people who are calling you who are going to pick your brain to see how you can make them a website in X amount of time or whatever. And they start sending you all these revisions and stuff out of the scope of what you're doing. Now, I know you've got clients like that because I've got clients like that too. Or, you're a health coach or a fitness coach or, personal trainer, and you have people who are not following the guidelines as to your contract and try to add stuff because no, that's a no-no. And we're not doing that either, because if you got to do that, then you need to be charging more money. Tell the person to break bread if you want me to do something out of scope of the contract. I mean, let's just be clear. That's what we do. But if you want those people who are ready to work with you, you want the people who are going to abide by the contract and the guidelines, and you're of course going to provide excellent customer service, and you want to have them to be a referral source for you and to come back and be a long-lasting client, what you're going to do is you're going to position yourself as that person, as a go-to expert. And how you do that You make sure you're in front of the right people. You make sure that your message, that your branding, which is your message, not your colors, not your whatever, your little graphics, not the glitter, not all that crap that we think is branding, but your message. What is your message saying? Is it attracting those people who are not your ideal client? And I'll be honest, my message at one point in time was attracting the wrong people, and it was making me miserable. But I had to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, with every single thing, I mean, literally every piece of content that I'm coming out with or that I've come out with, my website, my social media posts, my blogs, am I creating content that is positioning myself as the person to work with for the type of level of client that I want? Or am I positioning myself to work with someone else? A lot of times we have our ideal client in our head and we can see that person, but we're talking to somebody else, which is fine. And I mean, you have to start somewhere and you have to learn that, but you got to clean it up to make sure that you are getting in front of the right person. So once you clean that up and the branding is spot on, you're going to start saying, okay, that ideal client, she's calling me all the time. That ideal client that wants to work with me, I'm attracting people who are my ideal client because my message is specific to who I serve and what it is that I do. Of course, you're going to have people, like I said, who are going to follow you. They may not work with you, but hey, they may say, you know what? I know so-and-so, she does this. Give her a call or go to her website or send her a private message on Facebook. That's cool. I've seen this happen a lot of times. I've actually had this happen to me last month where someone said, I haven't worked with Alicia directly, but I know that she talks about visibility, online marketing strategies, business development all of the time. I know that she's been in business for a while, and I know that she can get you the results that you want. So if you want those things to happen, if you want to attract the right people, because you're going to do that this year. I mean, you have no choice. You're going to do that this year. So if you want to attract the right people, be very specific to who it is that you serve, your messaging, what it is that you do, how you solve the problems that they have. And once you get very specific and position yourself as that, I'm telling you, clients are going to be ringing your phone off the hook, inboxes, private messages. You're going to see those things happen. It's only a matter of time. So one thing that you can do right now and put this in place is to just evaluate and really go back through everything and say, is this freebie? Is this really for the person who's my ideal client? Or is this someone at a different level? Maybe it's someone who's at a lower level. Got to think about that. If you're not sure, have someone who is a business bestie or someone that is at a higher level than you review your content, review what you're saying, review your elevator pitch. Just have someone ask them. It's always good to have people around you who are at a higher level. I have a group of business besties. We're at different levels, but we have people who are higher than us, and we have people who are, at the same level, which is fine. And the people who are at a higher level, they have no problem with saying, hey, you might want to change this up because I can see why this is not converting for you. When you do that, when you have a mastermind and your coach or whoever the case it is, when you have someone look at that, they can fill in those spots for you and find the disconnect. So you want to make sure you can have someone do that, or you yourself go through and really sit down. And this may be you going back and saying, who is my ideal client? Not, oh, she has brown eyes and she has this color hair and she lives here. It's really, what are those characteristics? What does she want? What does she need immediately? Going back through those key things as to what it is that you solve for that person, and then making sure that you're speaking to those characteristics and those needs every single time. When you make that adjustment, you will see a big change in your marketing, a big change in who it is that you're attracting, and I'm telling you, you won't have any problem. You won't be attracting those brain pickers anymore, those broke Bettys or ratchet Rachels. You won't be attracting those people anymore. And I do want to say that everyone all starts at a different level. Everyone's at a different level. So when I say broke Betty, I'm not talking about someone who has no money in their bank account. I'm talking about someone in their mindset, it's broke. And so they don't see the need to invest. So everything that they want from you, they want it at free $99, $0, zero figures, or they want it hella cheap, and we don't do that. Okay, that's not what we're doing. So that is it for today's episode of Empirenista TV. Remember to position yourselves. You are the leading expert in your industry. Position yourself as that. Be very specific to what it is that you do, you solve, who it is that you serve, and you will see your business be transformed and see the results that you want. So I am signing off here. If you want to connect with me on a more personal level, feel free, and I am inviting you to join my community here on Facebook called the Empirenista Business Incubator. So, and if you'd like to have a conversation with me, feel free to send me a private message and we can get that taken care of. So until the next time, and until the next episode of Empirenista TV, Facebook Live Edition, build your empire and have a great empire building productive week. Take care, guys.